Hey, upper school kids. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're staying at home, staying safe, staying healthy, keeping everyone in your household entertained, busy, maybe playing some games together, maybe going outside, taking a walk, hanging out with your pet if you have one, and just making sure you stay well. I'm sure some of you are binge watching Netflix and things like that. Me personally, I take a walk with my dog and my kids every day. I've been doing more cooking than I normally do. And last night I watched the movie Crawl with my husband. It's the one where the girl is like trapped in a hurricane and alligators are everywhere. And I screamed so many times that I woke my daughter up and she had to come and check on me because she didn't know what was going on. I guess I'm not very good scary movie watcher. Anyways, I wanted to do a little bit more of the read aloud I started for you last time. I hope some of you have listened. I hope you're enjoying it. I'm just doing them in 10-minute increments, so, if you can spare 10 minutes of your day, take a listen. Again, we're reading from I'm Not Your Perfect Mexican Daughter. Whenever I think of my sister's crushed organs, I want to scream in a field of flowers until I'm hoarse. 2 of the witnesses said that she was smiling right before it happened. It's a miracle that her face was okay enough to have an open casket. She was dead by the time the ambulance arrived. Even though the man driving couldn't have seen her before, she was blocked by the bus and the light was green. I'm sorry, I'm going to start that one over. Even though the man driving couldn't have seen her because she was blocked by the bus and the light was green, and Olga shouldn't have crossed one of the busiest streets in Chicago with her face in her phone. Ama cursed the driver up and down until she lost her voice. She got really creative too. She had always scolded me for saying the word damn, which is not even a bad word, and here she was, telling the driver and God to F their mothers and themselves. I just watched her with her mouth hanging open. We all knew it wasn't the driver's fault, but Ama needed someone to accuse. She hasn't blamed me directly, but I can see it in her big, sad eyes every time she looks at me. My nosy aunts are whispering behind me now. I can feel their eyes latched to the back of my head again. I know they're saying that this is my fault. They've never liked me because they think I'm trouble. When I dyed chunks of my hair bright blue, those drama queens almost needed to be put on stretchers and rushed to the hospital. They act as if I'm some sort of devil child because I don't like to go to church and would rather read books than socialize with them. Why is that a crime, though? They're boring. Plus, they have no idea how much I loved my sister. I've had enough of their whispering, so I turn around to give them a dirty look. That's when I see Lorena come in. Thank God. She's the only person who can make me feel better right now. Everyone turns to stare at her in her outrageously high heels, tight black dress, and excessive makeup. Lorena is always drawing attention to herself. Maybe that'll give them something else to gossip about. She hugs me so tight she nearly cracks my ribs. Her cheap cherry body spray fills my nose and mouth. Ama doesn't like Lorena because she thinks she's wild and slutty, which isn't true, but she has been my friend since I was 8, and is more loyal than anyone I've ever known. I whisper to her that my tias, a tia is the word for auntie in Spanish. My tias are talking about me, that they're blaming me for what happened to Olga, that they're making me so angry I want to smash all the windows with my bare fists. F those nosy viejas, Lorena says, waving her hand dramatically, shooting them eye daggers. I turn around to see if they've stopped staring when I notice a dark man in the back, crying quietly into a cloth handkerchief. He's wearing a gray suit and shiny gold watch. He seems familiar, but I can't place his face. He's probably my uncle or something. My parents are always introducing me to strangers and telling me we're related. There are dozens of people here I've never met. When I turned around, he's gone. And Olga's friend Angie comes running in, looking like she was the one hit by a semi. She's beautiful, but is she an ugly crier? Her skin is like a bright pink rag someone has wrung out. As soon as she sees Olga, she starts howling almost worse than Ama. I wish I knew the right thing to say, but I don't. I never do. Chapter 2. After the funeral, Ama doesn't get out of bed for almost 2 weeks. She only gets up to go to the bathroom, drink water, and occasionally eat one of those Mexican cookies that taste like styrofoam. She's been wearing the same loose and frumpy nightgown, and I'm almost positive she hasn't taken a shower this entire time, which is scary because Ama is the cleanest person I know. Her hair is always washed and neatly braided, and her clothes, even when they're old, are patched, ironed, and spotless. When I was 7, Ama found out I hadn't showered for 5 days, so she dunked me in a scalding hot tub and scrubbed me with a brush until my skin ached. She told me that girls who don't wash their junk get horrible infections, so I never skipped showering again. Maybe I'm the one who needs to throw Ama into the tub now. Appa works all day, then sits on the couch with a bottle of beer like usual. In fact, he even sleeps on it now. It's probably molded to his body at this point. He hasn't said much to me this whole time, which is not that different from before. Sometimes he barely says hello. Could it be that my own father hates my guts? He wasn't that much more affectionate toward Olga, but she definitely tried harder. When Appa came home from the factory, she'd bring out his foot bath. She'd kneel down, place his feet gently inside, and massage them. They never said a word during this daily ritual. I can't imagine touching him like that. The apartment is a disaster, since Ama and Olga were the ones who did all the cleaning. We have roaches, but because Ama mopped every single day, it didn't feel that disgusting. Now the dirty dishes are piled high, and the kitchen table's covered with crumbs. The roaches are probably rejoicing. In the bathroom, it should be burned to the ground. I know I should clean, but whenever I look at the mess, I think, what's the point? Nothing feels like it has a point anymore. Excuse me. I don't want to bother my parents because they have enough to worry about, but I'm so hungry and tired of eating nothing but tortillas and eggs. A few days ago I tried to make beans, but they never softened, even though I boiled them for 3 hours. I nearly cracked my teeth on one. I had to throw away the whole pot, which is a sin according to Ama. I hope my aunts bring over more food. This is the only time I wish I would have let my mother teach me how to cook, but I hate the way she hovers over me and criticizes my every move. I'd rather live in the streets than be a submissive Mexican wife who spends all day cooking and cleaning. Appa hasn't eaten much either. The other day he brought home a brick of Chihuahua cheese and a stack of tortillas, so we ate quesadillas for several days, but we've run out now. Yesterday I got desperate and boiled some old potatoes and ate them with nothing but salt and pepper. We didn't even have butter. It's gotten so bad that I started daydreaming about dancing hamburgers. A slice of pizza could probably make me weep with happiness. I peek inside my parents' bedroom. The sour smell nearly knocks me over. A mix of unwashed hair, gas, and sweat. Ama, I whisper. No answer. Ama, I say again louder. Still nothing. I finally step inside the room completely. The smell is so awful that I have to breathe through my mouth. I wonder if Ama is ever going back to work. What if the rich a-holes she cleans for decide to fire her? Now that Olga is gone and can't pitch in, what are we going to do? I'm not old enough to get a job. Ama! I finally yell. I turn on the light. She gasps. What? What do you want? She says, her voice blurry with sleep. She covers her eyes with her hands. Are you okay? Yes, I'm fine. Please leave me alone. I want to rest. You haven't eaten or taken a shower in a really long time. How do you know? Are you here watching me every hour of the day? Your tia came by and gave me soup yesterday. I'm fine. It smells terrible in here and I'm starting to get worried. How can you live like this? Funny how my slob of a daughter is suddenly concerned with cleanliness. When have you ever cared about that before? Ama has always given me attitude for my messiness, but this is unlike her. Olga was the clean one, she adds, in case it didn't sting enough. She's compared me to my sister every single day of my life, so why should I expect that to change now that she's dead? Olga's gone now. All you have is me. Sorry. Silence. I want Ama to tell me that she loves me and that we'll get through this together, but she doesn't. I stand there like a dope, waiting and waiting for her to say something that will make me feel better. When I realize she's not going to, I dig through her wallet on the dresser, take out a $5 bill, and slam the door. After searching every crevice of my room, I manage to find $4.75 in change. I'll be able to buy 3 tacos and a large horchata, which isn't much, but it will do. If I have to eat one more plain tortilla or boiled potato, I swear I'll cry. I slip out the back door to avoid Appa in the living room. Not that he'd even ask or notice. Now I have a ghost father and ghost sister. The taco place is bright with fluorescent lighting and smells like grease and pine saw. I've never eaten alone at a restaurant and it makes me nervous. I can feel everyone watching me. They probably think I'm a loser for eating alone. The waitress gives me a funny look too. I bet she thinks I'm not going to tip her, but I'll prove her wrong. I may be young, but I'm not dumb. I order 2 tacos de asada and 1 al pastor with extra limes. The smell of fried meat and grilled onion makes my mouth water. When the tacos arrive, I try to eat them slowly, but end up inhaling them with desperation. Not only am I bad at cooking, I'm bad at being hungry. I'm always convinced I'm going to faint when my stomach starts to grumble. Each bite of the taco shoots a rush of pleasure through my body. I guzzle the bucket-sized horchata until I feel sick. So, maybe you're missing like a favorite food that you haven't been able to find at the grocery store, or a favorite place for carry out, or to eat out that you haven't gotten to in a while. we in my house we have pizza Fridays, and so every Friday we get pizza, and somebody different in my house picks where we get pizza from. And last Friday we made homemade pizza, and it was pretty good, but it's not the same when you're used to your favorite pizza place. So maybe you can send me an email and tell me what you miss and what food you're going to be rushing out for when this all goes back to normal. You can email me at J, like Jennifer, Watters, WATTERS, at deaschools.com. Until I record again, I hope you stay well.
Okay.
Hi, everybody. It's Miss Cat.
Hi, it's Miss Wade.
Hi, guys. It's Mrs. Williams.
Hello, everyone. It's Mrs. Green. And I have a special guest, Baby Green. He has on his DEAW gear. He wants to say hello to everyone.
So cute.
Thank you.
And we're just wanting to give you all words of encouragement, read an awesome poem, and make sure you guys are just reiterating the whole being safe. So it's called Don't Quit. When things go wrong, as they sometimes will, when the road you're trudging seems all uphill, when the funds are low and the debts are high, and you want to smile, but you have to sigh. When care is pressing you down a bit, rest if you must, but don't you quit.
Life is queer with its twists and turns, as every one of us sometimes learns. And many of failures turn about when he might have won had he stuck it out. Don't give up, though the pace seems slow. You may succeed with another blow.
Often the goal is nearer than it seems to a faint and faltering man. Often the struggler has given up when he might have captured the victor's cup. And he learned too late, when the night slipped down, how close he was to the golden crown.
Success is failure turned inside out, the silver tint of the clouds of doubt. And you never can tell how close you are. It may be near when it seems so far. So stick to the fight when you're at the hardest hit. It's when things seem worse that you must not quit. Author unknown.
Remember, guys, stay safe.
We miss you.
Don't forget to wash your hands.
And we hope to see you soon.
Bye.
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 Bye.